What's going on, guys? So today I thought I would go ahead and upload a video talking about a fan concepting and creation of a SpiderMan DLC for Marvel's Avengers. So when I was working on this, I kind of thought, okay, what would be, my sort of ideal way to bring a version of Peter Parker into the Marvel's Avengers universe, and how you could do that well. When I'm designing this, I went ahead and thought about the exclusivity issue of it all, which is being a big problem that a lot of people have, myself as well. So when designing this, I went ahead and figured, okay, let's just consider this a 6-month to 9-month timed exclusive for PlayStation. Then it would come to Xbox, PC, and other platforms as well. I may have gone a little overboard with some of the openings and stuff of that nature, but I hope you guys like what you see. So, without further ado, let's get into the Spider-Man portion. Five years before the events of A-Day, Midtown High senior Peter Parker is bitten by a radioactive spider being developed by Oscorp in search of unlocking the genetic potential within humanity. Peter discovers his unique abilities and uses them to join a wrestling organization to make money for himself. However, after one night where the organization was robbed, Peter stood aside as he felt it wasn't his problem to deal with. However, his Uncle Ben was shot by that same robber. In a fit of rage and clouded by vengeance, he chases down the mugger and stops himself from killing him when he realizes who he is. Returning home, he takes up the mantle of Spider-Man to honor his uncle and the words that he gave him.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Throughout his years as Spider-Man, he encountered various enemies such as Scorpion, Electro, Sandman, Doc Ock, Vulture, Black Cat, Shocker, Rhino, Hydro Man, and the Green Goblin, as well as working with many allies such as Captain America, Daredevil, and Ant-Man. Captain America himself recruits Spider-Man into the Avengers roster, and he stays on the team for around 3 years, before a disagreement between him and Tony Stark about moving Peter to the West Coast, leading to the new branch of Avengers, causes Peter to resign from his position. Peter, along with his fiancée Mary Jane Watson and Aunt May, watch the events of A-Day unfold from New York on the news and are shaken. With AIM taking over the country at a rapid rate, MJ and May force Peter to retire as Spider-Man, as AIM is hunting down anyone who has superpowers. However, Peter isn't able to stay hidden, and throughout the 5-year absence of the Avengers, Spider-Man becomes a guardian angel to the citizens of New York Mainland. Set 3 months after the War for Wakanda expansion, news has begun to circulate that Spider-Man has been seen robbing banks and assaulting high-profile businessmen and CEOs around New York. Captain America has taken a large interest in these matters, so he brings Kamala Khan and Tony Stark with him to investigate. Peter Parker has also been doing his own investigating, with the only link being that the companies housed funds by Oscorp, and the CEOs and companies were all in talks to be purchased by the Osborns as well. Teaming up with the other Avengers, Spider-Man officially comes out of retirement to clear his name. Foiling a bank heist in progress, Spidey discovers the one impersonating him is the Chameleon, who leaves behind a piece of paper with names and locations crossed off of a list, with the next one being Roxxon Oil. The Avengers arrive before the Chameleon can attack and intercept him, leading into a boss battle. Before the Avengers can take him in, however, Tony is shot from across the street on another building by Kraven. Chameleon reveals the only reason that the Hunter got involved was for a chance to hunt down the famous Spider-Man, whilst his interests only lie in the assets and the power that he could gain from Oscorp. Chameleon escapes and Kraven jumps in for a second battle. After a 4-on-1 fight, Kraven will flee to regroup and prepare for another one. The Avengers and Spider-Man plan to break into an Oscorp facility in order to discover what the Chameleon is attempting to gain. This turns out to be a drug that allows someone to replicate Taskmaster's copy ability, as well as other superhuman abilities, which will allow Chameleon to become one of the best spies and most dangerous enemies any hero would need to face. The final mission will lead to the Avengers getting challenged to a fight in Central Park. The boss battle will be a duo fight, akin to Crossbones and Claw. Kraven will summon 2 tigers to fight alongside him, using a similar mechanic to the Kimoyo Beats artifact, and Chameleon will fight more like a reserved Taskmaster, using more counters than less AoEs. The DLC will end with Spider-Man rejoining the Avengers and promising to help when the Kree invade. Spider-Man's light attacks will consist of punches and kicks, dealing medium damage. His heavy attacks will be him using webs to tear out rocks to the ground and hit his opponents with them, kind of like Shattered Dimensions. His range attacks will consist of 3 different webbing types: Standard, Electric, and Web Bomb. His intrinsic will function like Black Widow's, charging it up, and when maxed out will allow for a damage buff. His Assault Heroic will be a powerful swing kick that will knock down enemies. His support will be a ring of webbing which will stun enemies caught in the initial release and slow any caught in the pool after it's placed. His ultimate will be the Web Blossom from SpiderMan 2018. His movement will include limitless wall running and wall jumping, auto stick to walls such as Black Panther, move while stuck to that position, and web swinging similar to Shattered Dimensions or the Amazing Spider-Man 1 game. I went ahead and threw together a list of Spider-Man costumes that not only do I think are going to be coming with the actual character, but some that I would actually really want to see with the character. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this. I spent a lot of time in terms of the concepting for this stuff and the writing and things of that nature, and especially the editing, because this is more editing than I've done in the past 2 videos, maybe 3 by the time you're watching this, that have already gone up. Yeah, so if you guys liked what you saw here, leave a like, comment down below, and if you leave a comment, let us know if you want to see any more of this style of content, and if you want to see a certain character or not, let us know specifically there. Oh yeah, and if you just want to see me work on these, or if you want to see, my friend work on some of the others, that we could probably definitely arrange that. But yeah, I think that's all that we got for the day. We'll definitely be uploading a video talking about the official reveal stream whenever that releases. So yeah, bye bye.